darling, if I had bought you flowers,
Welcome in and
would you
welcome
still
in.
be here by my side? Yeah, I thought this moment could be ours.
Hopefully, you guys are having a lovely
Walking on
Tuesday evening.
moonlight, you can break my bones.
Benno, welcome in, brother.
Break all the promises,
Welcome in. Appreciate you
but
stopping by.
leave me
Hey, brother, I'm doing
alone.
pretty good, man. I appreciate you asking.
Don't
Pretty
break
good.
my
Today's been a chill
bones.
day.
You should fucking stay
Spent a
with
lot of time
him.
with my fiance and my daughter. Two older ones were at school. Went to the store, did a little cleanup. Nothing too crazy, but we still got a little bit done today, so not the worst day we've ever had, that's for sure. And welcome by, welcome in.
Darling,
Playing a
if
little bit of NASCAR today, are we? All right, I see you, I see you.
what if you stayed at
I
home
see you, I
tonight?
see you. You
Yeah,
have to let me know how the racing goes. Always interested in to know how the racing ends up.
getting blinded by the lights. You can break my bones, break all the promises, but leave me alone. Don't break
Apologies, I just
my
trying to make sure we have everything set up before we sit down
fucking
here.
stay with him.
Timmy, what's up, brother? Welcome in.
Fucking stay with
Welcome in, my
him.
friend. Welcome in. Glad to have you here.
Break my bones. Break
Appreciate you stopping by,
all
Timmy.
the promises, but leave me alone. Don't break my
Forgot to make my taco bar for my family. That's got me a little confused, Dan. I can't lie to you. Got me a little bit confused on that one. I can't lie to you.
when I'm up through the night. I
Sounds
keep
like you're
telling
gonna be leaving to go get you some food though, or start food though.
about who I'm supposed to be. I
Sounds like you're
stopped
gonna be
seeing
starting you some food, so
remember the
you
days that
enjoy
used
that
to
time, brother.
fade. It was simpler time.
Curtis with the sub over on the Twitch channel. That's a very much appreciated. Let's switch over to the main channel so you can see this face. Very much appreciated for that sub, my boy. Thank you again, as always. It's a great segue to lead into this. So Twitch is running a promotion right now to where if you buy a new subscription, you do get 3 months of Discord Nitro for free. Obviously, I know it's not for free because you have to pay for the sub, but if you purchase a sub on Twitch and you have your accounts linked, you get a 3-month Discord Nitro trial for free. The resub for 7 months. Shouts out to that. Let me get some W's in the chat, please. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Curtis. Appreciate you, bub. As always, very much appreciated. But yes, if you haven't already, you should check into your Discord Nitro. Like I said, if you purchase a new sub, you get 3 months of Discord Nitro for free. So check that out. I know not everybody uses Discord, but I mean, it's just a perk to have. So why not try it out? You know what I mean? I know that's at least my opinion. All right, we got 3 people working the 9 to 5, and we got 2 people working the noon to 8. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rest for 5 hours. Then we're gonna rest for 3 hours. Now we're gonna drive. It's 8 in the morning. They should all be on their shift by the time 9 a.m. comes around. Let's go pick up our first client of the day, eh? See if we can't find some challenge clients today. I don't think we were getting very many challenge opportunities the last time we played Taxi Simulator. I don't know if it's because of the car or what causes that to stop. I really don't know. What's up, Shay? Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Doing pretty good, brother. Doing pretty good. Appreciate you asking. This is like the worst garage entrance ever. Definitely just broke like 3 laws there, but it's alright. Shay, welcome in, bro. Welcome in. In case you just missed the announcement, Twitch is running a promotion where if you purchase a new subscription, you get 3 months of Discord Nitro. Oh, wrong button. Sorry. You get 3 months of... Oh, that was almost a person. 3 months of Discord Nitro for free. Obviously, it's not free because you have to pay for the sub, but just to throw that out there. I know not everybody uses Discord, but it is a... What even is Discord Nitro? So, Discord Nitro pretty much... We might be on the wrong side of the road right now. Discord Nitro allows you to... Liam, welcome in, bro. F1 boy, welcome in. Whatever you want me to call you. Discord Nitro has a few benefits compared to regular Discord. So, if you stream your screen on Discord, I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. But if you stream your screen on Discord, if you have Discord Nitro, you can stream 60 frames at 1080p. If you do not have Discord Nitro, you can only stream at 780p. And it's like, I think you can only stream 30 frames. You might be able to stream 60 at 780, but I can't remember exactly. So that's one of the big things is your stream quality improves. So I don't know, depending on how much you share your screen with your friends or how much you guys share screens between each other, it could change how much you use that. It also allows, I don't know what this person is doing, so we're just going to skip right ahead of them. Also allows you to send larger images through text. So if you're trying to send like a video to somebody or trying to send a picture that is, for whatever reason, larger in size than regular pictures, you would be able to do that. I know that you unlock a lot of customization options for your profile. Like you can choose a custom banner, I believe. What are you doing, bro? These people acting like they have the right of way. Tripping. But no, you do get, I believe it's like custom banners, and you get a lot of customization options within your profile. And then I also know that you unlock all emojis and soundboards in whatever server you're in. So some servers set it to where you can only use those emojis or only use the soundboard if you're a Discord Nitro member. And then you can also get boost. I think you get 2 boosts a month, which boost is like you use a boost on a full server. So like for instance, high voltage is boosted I think 5 times. So I think as a server we can have more like better streaming quality within our own stream, and also it just allows more channels and more people to be involved in the Discord rather than bottlenecking it per se, I guess. Doing pretty good, F1 boy. Appreciate you asking, man. Pretty good. It's been a rather chill day. Not much going on really. Did a little bit of cleaning up. Went to the grocery store. Spent a little bit of time with my fiance. You'd honestly have to check out all the perks that Discord Nitro has. I really don't know if I could give you every single one, like off the top of my head. Yeah, no, I mean, again, like I said, it's obviously not for everybody, and even most people who use Discord don't have Discord Nitro. But in my eyes, if you were already thinking about subbing and you were just contemplating if it was worth your money or not, you could at least get 3 months of Discord Nitro out of a sub. But don't feel obligated to do that at all. I was just bringing that up because it is a program reward that Twitch is running right now. If we played games that were more drop heavy, we would definitely be having them active. But unfortunately, most of the games that we play just don't have drops, like F1 and WRC. Those games just don't have drops correlated with them, so we just make do with what we've got. And if this is the only promotion that we've got available to us, then I think that we've got to take it, you know what I mean? Friend got a signed cap from Lando and Piastri. That's actually pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I'm guessing he was at Texas then. That would be pretty sweet. I can't lie. I've seen a lot of like funny videos of like whether it's Lewis or like Fernando Alonso. They're usually the two that point it out the most. But like, I remember there was a video of a girl asking Lewis to sign her phone case. His friend knows a guy from McLaren pit crew. That's even better. That's even better. But no, there was a video of a woman asking hate Stroll right now. Why right now, and why right now specifically? Like, why does there have to be a timing on your hate for Lance Stroll? I'm confused by that a little bit.
Do you know what's worth seeing in Barcelona?
Everything.
Architecture is great.
What do you recommend checking out?
In my personal opinion,
There are a lot of amazing murals.
You seem to be very into it.
Yes,
yeah, I've never liked
I
Stroll
love
as a
art.
driver.
It really makes you contemplate and appreciate life.
How do I find them?
Just go for a walk and carefully look around to spot one.
Brother, they're all over the
Yeah.
city.
I'll be more aware of it on my next sightseeing tour.
He's such a paid driver. It's not even that he's a paid driver. It's his father owns the team. Like, I don't even know if we can consider him in the same category as Checo, because yes, Checo is a paid driver to an extent because of all of the sponsorships and the deals and the marketing that he brings within himself. There are so many other drivers that deserve his seat. Yeah, but I mean, we all know they ain't getting it again. The difference between a paid driver and Lance Stroll is that his father owns the team. I don't really see his dad ever kicking him out of the team, no matter how bad he drives. Like, there's a 0.01% chance in my head that he would ever fire his own son from a racing team that he bought so his son could race. Like, there's very little brain thinking that goes on with that in the conversation. See, that's what bothers me about these pedestrians, man. Those cars were literally in front of him already, and he started walking, and they come to a dead stop. Like, are there just no traffic laws in Barcelona, or do people just not care? Like, what laws are we operating in? Because these people just start walking across the street, and people just make whatever turn they want from whatever lane they want. Only way he can possibly leave F1 is if the FIA ban him. Yeah, I could see him just leaving just because he's not performing as well as he would like to, but he's also still young, like to where he could still think that he's got more years coming of success. I don't know. Who really knows, honestly, what he thinks? I mean, he knows what he thinks, but he's the only one that would know. This traffic is insane, bro. I don't know off the top of my head how old he is. I'm pretty sure he's around 26, though. This traffic is absurd, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. All right, Shay says 25. He hit the Google. He hit the Googs with it. I can't sit in this longer, bro. Can we drive, please? I don't know, maybe think about pressing the gas. Yeah, I can't do this anymore, bro. Get out of my way. I couldn't do that. No chance. We weren't even moving. And now he decides to move. See, bro, yeah, no. That's what bothers me about this game. Literally, no, peak gameplay. We sat in traffic for 5 minutes. Doing nothing. I don't know what ICL stands for, so... I think I just ran a red light. You're speaking language I can't understand. Alright. Makes sense. Makes sense. What are you doing? Bro. Oh my god. I can't wait for that new Taxi Simulator game to come out because I pray it's more developed than this. No, they literally don't. We just let 5 people cross the... Bro. If this is how the day's going to be, we might go back to our garage and sleep. We just let 5 people cross the crosswalk, bro, for no reason. 4 adverts. Well, you know how you get away from them? You drop a sub. You get 3 months of Discord Nitro. Check that out. Yeah, dude, this traffic is crazy. I hope it's because it's so early in the morning. And maybe it'll get better. But good God, man. This is rough to even drive in. Even fake drive in. I couldn't drive in this in real life. I'd be losing my absolute noggin. I probably... See? That's exactly what I mean. See? That's exactly what I mean, bro. Cutting over for 4 lanes, dude. What are you doing? Oh my god. They just can't be bothered today, I guess, dude. They said, I don't want no parts in this. I wish I could explain it to you, bro. I wish I could explain it to you. They literally just, like, when I say that they're worse than GTA, I mean that so seriously. Like, they're programmed worse than GTA AI, which are programmed to intentionally try and crash you. Like, somehow, some way, they've got the programming for these people even worse. Yeah, I don't want to hit you, but I need you to get out of my way. No one wants to drive like they care today? Alright, bet. I'll take that into my consideration then. You bums. That's what I thought. Get me out of here. GTA AI are ruthless. That's a fact. GTA is just as bad in my experience. See, the thing about GTA is that you can avoid them 80% of the time, though, dude. Like, especially if you have a good enough car. Hey, Liam, get you some rest, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. If you have a good enough car, which is like every car in the game by now, because it's been out for so long, but any of the cars in the game with even a fourth of an upgrade on it, 80% of the time you can dodge the AI either by sheer driving ability or just by pure power in the car. Unfortunately, we're driving probably one of the slowest things in the game because it's the heaviest thing in the game by far. So that doesn't help, for one. And for two, it doesn't help when people like them are just standing at the crosswalk waiting for your car to get closer so that they can cross the crosswalk and have you crash into them. Like, I think that's the part that gets me the most. If you could see people in the distance walking across the crosswalk, cool, fine with me. But it's the fact that they literally wait until you get up on the crosswalk to make them send. Or the grocery store. Low-key kind of did for a second. This area is definitely like more modern than the area that we were just in. See, look, watch. He was about to do it, I swear. Sometimes we're going just fast enough to where they, like, the split second where they have to think to walk saves us so they don't hit our car. But this thing's turning radius is abysmal. Good God. Literally. We're right by my garage, Philippe. Welcome in, my brother. See, look. Look. You can't make it up, bro. Look, and now he's going across the other one. I swear. You can't make it up. He just did a moonwalk on me. Mid-sidewalk. Mid-crosswalk. He hit me with a moonwalk so I would try and crash into him, bro. As soon as I picked up my client, too. Y'all seen that? Unless I'm just tripping, bro. I swear to God, that's what it looked like. He was walking normal, and then he just started floating backwards, bro. That boy turned into prime Mike Jackson. That was crazy, dude. That's probably one of the best interpretations of the AI that we could have seen. As I was complaining about the AI, that was MJ reincarnated. That's a fact. That's where he's been this whole time. He's been walking the streets of taxi life in Barcelona. No wonder. No wonder he's keeping such a low profile. He's been in a taxi life. You couldn't make it up if you tried. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's move off of Michael Jackson, because that's a controversial subject. Can go both ways. That's all I'll say. We can talk F1 though. I'd love to talk the Circuit of the Americas. It was a pretty decent race. Pretty decent race indeed. The Ferrari boys taking 1-2. That was a pretty unexpected sight. Honestly, in my opinion, at least. F1 boy, welcome in, man. Appreciate you stopping by. It was a welcome sight, in my opinion. Craziest part to me, I think. Of course, Welly. Hop in the back, dog. Hop in the back. Shay with the resub for 8 months. That's my dog right there. Let me get some W's in the chat. Thank you very much, Shay. Very much appreciated. Thank you for staying here with us for longer than 8 months, but subbing for 8 months, my friend. It is very much appreciated. Your help keep the dream alive. Alive and well. Yeah, if Lewis is your only concern, the race wasn't great. But again, that's where I think the racing side of me doesn't care. Like, obviously, I want to see Lewis on the podium, and I want to see him doing great. But at the end of the day, the only thing I care about in the Grand Prix is that it's exciting, it has good racing, and there's at least some decent overtakes. This race, there was some good racing. Like, I don't care how you want to put it. There was some good racing. Now, was all of it legal? Maybe not in my eyes, but again, that's part of the race. Like, you know what you sign up for, you know what you have to expect, you know what you have to be prepared for. I think, like, ultimately, at the end of the day, they all know. Yeah, no, the penalty was insane. That's kind of exactly what I'm talking about.
I like your car.
Thank you, Philippe.
Thank you. I like it too.
What type of car is it?
This is electric car.
It's electric.
It's very quiet. How do you like driving it?
It's very smooth and responsive.
I can see why you like it. It's a great car for a taxi driver.
Definitely, I'm very happy with it.
What a conversation. See, no, that's where I can't agree with that, because it was a great drive, obviously. To see him finish ahead of Perez, starting from the pit lane, crazy to see. See, like, what is this person doing, bro? They're only blocking my lane of traffic. You can't make it up, dude. It looked like he was trying to reverse. Gotta go, bro. Have a nice stream. See you. Hey, Timmy, have a good night, man. Appreciate you stopping by. No, but again, back to what I was saying. The reason I think that I was a little bit upset about the whole race as a whole, F1 gets us used to it so much that we become like spoiled children. Race like Sunday is incredible. We are lucky that F1 exists. That's a fact. It was done for Lando to not give the position back. He had tire advantage. I wouldn't have gave the position back either. Well, your English is fine, brother. English is perfect, my friend. I can understand it enough, and I hope that you can understand me enough so we can keep the conversation rolling. F1 boy, I don't think it was dumb. Again, you never know what's going to happen in the situation. Hindsight's 20/20, bro. For you to come on and say that he should have gave up the spot because he got a penalty, it's easy to say that now because, for one, you're not racing. You don't have the reigning world champion chasing you down or trying to chase him down in terms of points. Then, two, not to mention, after you've made a move like that and spent so many laps behind a car, real life Formula One cars have very, very horrible tire degradation and dirty air. Whereas on the F1 game, it doesn't really matter where you are in terms of tire deg. It just matters how you drive the car. Had he given that spot up, there's very little to no chance that he makes a move again because his tires were out of life. That was the whole problem with the move, is that he pushed his tires to the car was past its limit. I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been. I'm just saying the car was past its limit. That's why they both went off track. Simple as that. Same thing that happened between Piastri and Verstappen. I'm not saying that they both should have been given a penalty. I'm just saying it was the exact same situation. They both were pushed off track, both pushed wide, both went too deep for the corner because they were trying to outbrake the other driver. That's as simple as it is. When a situation like that happens, it's your fault, period. You were the one going for the move. You're the one trying to be the last one on the brakes. If you can't stop the car and control the car without throwing me off the track or smashing into my car, penalty, period. I'm not saying that Verstappen shouldn't have gotten one. I'm just saying regardless of the situation. Hindsight's always going to be 2020. You can always look back at the race and say that they should have done this or they should have done that. Well, for one, you're not the one that is experiencing the immense pressure and nerves that come with driving the car alone. And then not to mention the fact that you're fighting for a World Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship, because at this point, McLaren haven't even sealed it. It's anybody's game for the Constructors. It's the same thing between Lewis and Max. That's just how Max fights. Like, if you don't understand that, you might just not want to watch Max drive. He is the kind of driver like Schumacher. He will put you in a position where either you're both crashing or you give him the position. That's how they make their overtakes. I'm just going to put it like it is. They put you in positions where you either are both crashing, you both end up in some kind of negative situation. I don't disagree with that statement at all. Show me an example of when he has really, truly made a move that makes sense that isn't some of his greatest moves. Like, every fight between him and Leclerc, they get put in precarious positions, and either Leclerc gets his car damaged or Max gets his car damaged. Or Leclerc backs out and gives it to him. Same thing with Lando. The first half of last season, Lando did nothing but replenish the position and give him everything that he wanted because he didn't want to fight. BMD Drive has the best physics. That's a fact. BeamNG does have the best physics. That's by far a fact. The car isn't exactly the best in BeamNG, but the physics aren't incredible. All right, Philippe. What's the tip looking like, my friend? 100 euros? That's not bad. Not bad. Paid 1,000 on the fare, though. Guess that's the most important part, right? Victor's pretty far away. Max Racing's like there's nothing to lose, but there are things to lose. See, that just sounds like that's a more simple way of putting the exact same thing I said, I feel like. No, exactly. He does go wide, but again, without Max there, he doesn't push himself on the brakes so deep. I'm not saying I disagree with either one of you because you both make valid points, but had they not been in a fight there, he doesn't try and brake so late. He doesn't go wide. They're in a fight. He tries to brake late, goes wide. I'm not saying that either one of them were in the wrong position. I'm just saying it's precarious when you look at it and you compare the sprint race overtake that Max did to his teammate literally the day prior, the exact same move at the exact same corner and no penalty. That's the part that bothers me. That's the only part that sits with me. Other than that, it's racing, bro. You have to expect it. It's the same move, same corner, same two cars even, just different driver. That's the part that gets me. That is the part that gets me. Panda, welcome in also. First time you sent a message. I guess first time I caught it. I see your message up there at the top. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Has the best physics. I think with more budget, the game can be really fun, but we need some assists. I think that's what makes the game... I think that's what makes BeamNG so good, though, is that there's no assists. Like, it's as bare bones as it can get. You know what I mean? Like, you could do anything on there. You could do crash simulators. You could drive. You could race. Like, there's so many options for what you could do on there that they wouldn't be able to cover all of the assists that they have for car options. Like, ABS and traction control and steering control and braking assist and shifting assists, things like that. At least in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know how hard assists are to make in a game, but that's if it ever gets finished. I'm not saying I don't agree, Panda. Again, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. Their reasoning needs to be more clear if that's what you're trying to say, that's why he got a penalty. Because at that point, it's what? Like, at that point, you're not even talking about racing incidents. You're talking about the thought process of a driver. And that, I mean, again, you could argue one way or the other, but you never know what they're thinking. Like, unless you're them, you have no idea what is going on in their head. You could think that you know because they always do the same thing, or they have a good understanding of what their competition are going to do. But again, the only person that really knows is them. Obviously, every driver ever is going to combat a penalty against themselves. You'd be ignorant not to, for one. And for two, I think that it's just exactly what happened. Like, every time we talk about F1, we talk about the fact that they're all divas. Like, if any of you have watched the Drive to Survive series, Will Buxton puts it like as flat out as it can be. I think it's the very first episode of the very first season. Like, you don't become an F1 driver without being a diva. They all have an attitude. They all think that they're the best. They all think they think that they're the greatest in the world no matter what they're doing, because that's the attitude that they were raised with. Like, I don't know. That's at least my opinion of them. I could be completely wrong, but that's the way that all of them portray themselves, besides Daniel Ricciardo. Like, he was the only one that didn't act like that, at least in my opinion. I already said I do. Again, that's a driving style. I'm not faulting anybody for it. It's a choice driving style. Everyone drives differently. Everyone has their own opinions on situations. Like Fernando has said in the past, racing without kids and without a wife and without a family is much easier than racing with your family and your kids at home. Like, the stakes aren't the same anymore. And when you start to factor in those things, when people have no regard for their own life, but they're putting other people's lives in their hands, that's, I think, my biggest problem. And you can't not what was I even saying now? You guys got me distracted by the messages in the channel. What was I even saying, man? Now I'm all distracted. Got me all messed up. I can't even remember what we were talking about anymore. Oh, Panda, I'm used to it by now, brother. Again, I know that the ads aren't the most enjoyable thing, but again, without those ads running and without the subs that I do receive, I wouldn't even be here for y'all. Like, I gotta be honest. I have family, I have my own time, I have my, time I want to spend. If this isn't doing anything for me, I'd rather just go spend time with my family. Like, I got kids, man. I gotta do something. It always can't be perfect. Not gonna be here for long, just want to pop in and say hi. Riptide, welcome in, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Again, that might be rude. I might have said it in the wrong way. I don't expect anybody to sub at all. But as anybody in life, I have to live. I have to provide. I have to support the people and the things in my life that I love. And without money, you can't do that. Obviously, this is what I want my career to be, so this is where I want my main stream of income to be coming from. Obviously, that's not the case right now, as I have my side job, but still, like, it's hard it's hard to find the middle ground of wanting to be as successful as I can be. Because if you guys want me to be honest, like when I first started streaming, the first thing I wanted to do was make it to where we didn't have to watch ads. Like, I don't want you guys have to excuse me. I'm doing pretty good, brother. I appreciate you asking. Doing pretty good, man. Been a pretty chill day. Not much going on. Hit the grocery store. Did a little bit of cleaning. What is going on today with these AIs, man? They're bothering me so much. Did a little bit of cleaning around the house. Hit the grocery store. Spent some time with my fiance before she left for work. Just did a little bit of, I guess you'd call it fall cleaning. I was gonna say spring cleaning, but most people usually say spring cleaning around the springtime. But Panda, you don't need to do that, brother. But of course, it's always appreciated. Never feel obliged to send a sub or to purchase a sub. It is your money. Do with it what you choose, especially in this economy. If you choose to save it, save it. If you choose to spend it, spend it. You only live once. Just remember that. You can earn more money. Can't have more experiences. If you're trying to spend it on that trip, go spend it on that trip. Tiring 12-hour day. College at 7 a.m. Got back from the gym at 8 p.m. Ooh. Good goodness, brother. It's a long one. That's a long one. Oh, we got 5 employees working right now. We've got 5 employees working right now, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? How about them apples? Try that one out for size. Yeah, no, that sounds like a long day, bro. That sounds like a long day. Probably spent, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours at the gym. So you were, what, at college from like 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m.? If I had to guess. That's wild, man. 3 exams tomorrow, and I didn't even work. Are we talking didn't work or didn't study? Because if you didn't study, I mean, I know you're smart. I still send some prayers up for you, brother. 3 exams, no study, no work done. He said, listen, I got this, dog. I don't even know what you worried about. This is just like them F1 league races. I'm going to go in, no practice, take pole, run away with the victory, and we going to be good. That's what Panda's thinking right there. He's thinking it's going to be an F1 league race. He's like, listen, I do this every Saturday, no practice, 15-minute warm-up, sometimes 10-minute warm-up. Yeah, we're blowing that red light.
See ya.
Max could win Mexico. I mean, it's possibility. Never really know. College starts at 9:15, ends at 4:30. Oh, she just got a far travel. That's even worse. That might be even worse in my opinion. Like an hour to get there to the gym, so I got there at 5. I guess that's not too bad then. 8:20 to 3:50. Oh, goodness gracious, brother. Sound about like the kids' schedule over here, I can't lie to y'all. They go to school about an hour later, though. Merc were trash because I couldn't get the setup. It's not just the setup. It was a lot of things that made Merc not be able to hold their own weight this weekend. 5:30 stayed there till 7, then like 30 minutes, you should walk home. I guess that's not too bad then. Guess that ain't too bad. Back to the question before I forget it. One moment. What was the question? Wolf, welcome in, brother. Okay, yes, back to why Mercedes was trash this weekend. So main component I think that they were trash is obviously, like you said, they could not get the setup for the upgrades that they put on. With it being a sprint race weekend, you have one practice session really to figure out the setup. If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you do, you do. Some people nail it, some people don't. I had no dinner, I just passed out. Goodness gracious, bro. You better get you some food. You better get you some grub before you fall asleep. Yes, he said the car stability was horrible, actually. And that's the point that I've been trying to bring up since we started the stream. In the interview on Saturday, after qualifying, you can literally... He says word for word, almost perfectly, I've asked the team about a pit lane start to break Parc Ferme rules because they wanted to change the setup. He wanted to start from the pit lane and build a new setup, sort of like George did, and Mercedes said, you know what? I think we're going to put George in the pits, buddy. You can stay out there. Good luck to you. Now, again, it's the end of the season. That's what happens with teams. Relationships get tarnished. There becomes the number one driver. Obviously, with Lewis Hamilton leaving the team, Russell becomes the number one driver this year. And probably for the next foreseeable future, unless the kid is crazy fast, which he could be, but I'd still probably predict George to be number one driver for that at least 1 or 2 years, in my opinion. What does car stability actually mean? They all mean different things when they talk about car stability. I think Lewis's biggest problem when he talks about car stability is that the rear end feels like it's always loose. Like, it feels like the rear end is coming out from the car mid-corner and he can't ever put the power down the way that he wants. Like, the way that he describes it is it's always on a, like, I don't want to say on a rail because when they say on a rail, they talk about it like it's good, which makes no sense. But he always talks about it as if the car doesn't sit right. Like, it's always like the back end is unstable or like driving without traction. Kind of, but even worse. Like, to the point to where they just don't feel comfortable. Like, again, as most of you know, even in the F1 game, the more comfortable you feel within your setup and within the car, the better you drive. If you're not comfortable with the way the car's driving or with the way the car feels, you're never going to be able to put in a good lap time because you just can't ever find your pace. Imagine Verstappen 2023 with the W11. Verstappen wouldn't even be as good in the W11 as Hamilton. That's what most people don't understand. They have two entirely different driving styles. Verstappen wants his car to be a front-end machine. He doesn't even care about the rear end of the car. As long as it's touching the ground is what his stipulation is. But if the front end isn't as bitey as a pit bull, dog, send it back to the factory because he don't want it. Donut, welcome in. Get you some sleep, brother. I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you get some rest. Hopefully them issues subside soon. I don't know what you're dealing with, brother, but always keep your head up, remember? You never know what's coming next. You never know what situation you might be dealing next or why you're dealing with the current situation you are dealing with. It could be a reason for everything, my friend. You just have to look at it the way that you choose to. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he would have been slow because obviously he's one of the fastest drivers to touch an F1 car, but I don't think it's fair to give him that car because, again, he likes his front end so pointy and snappy that that's not how Mercedes builds their car at all. At least in my opinion. "2020's slowest car, the Williams, is faster than 2023 fastest car, RB19. Wow, that's actually interesting. 2020 slowest car is faster than the 2023 fastest car. That's pretty crazy. Don't know. Have a good night, man. Yeah, the Williams car always sounds amazing. I can't lie. Their engine sound is always beautiful. Like, not even just because it's the Mercedes. I just think that they've gotten it to where they've tuned the car around the engine so well that it's almost perfect, like, every time. It's incredible. Incredible. W11 has DAS or DAS. Those of you who don't know that's the steering mechanism where you pull or push the wheel in and it changes the front tires' toe or their peak position. So as you push them in forward, they give you more grip to allow you to carry the corners with more speed. And then as you get down the straights, you pull the wheel forwards towards you. And again, this is just what they said happened. I don't know if it was perfect. If you want me to pick a driver, if you gave me every selection possible ever, I'm picking Hamilton for sure in his prime. And
how did you become a taxi driver?
I always knew this is
if
what
you
I
want me to
wanted.
say what his prime was,
That's really cool. Not many people get to do
Probably
what
20.
they love for a living.
probably 2020 to be honest, bro. Probably COVID year.
It can be a challenging job at times, but overall, I'm really happy with it.
That sounds really nice.
I don't know, honestly. That's a good question. But yeah, no, DOS was banned halfway through the season, and the car was still quick without it, but that's the main reason why people account the car to being so quick. Hope Merck will be good at Mexico. Yeah, they probably won't be. Mexico's a very hot track. Mexico's a pretty hot track. Mercedes always has problems with tire temperatures. Ferrari S75 from 2022 sounds good. Did it? I can't even remember that car. Lewis Prime is 2021. Maybe. Got banned in 2021. They used it during 2020. Listen, Panda, all I'll say is no matter what team you talk about and what driver you talk about, you could ultimately point to one thing on their car as to why they won, or one thing that was banned the next season as to why they won. They've all done it. They've all admitted to doing it, whether it's cheating and pulling other people's strategies or other people's build modifications, whether it's actively producing sensors to lie to the weight scales to run the car way underweight compared to what you should be. It's the DOS system. It's all of the multitude of things that every single winning team has ever done. I'm not saying I agree with any of it. I don't condone cheating at all. But again, at the pinnacle of motorsport, when everyone else is cheating, what are you going to do to compete? I mean, what are you going to do, bro? You got to be like Kevin Durant. If you can't beat him, join him. I'm taking my talents to the Golden State Warriors. Hey, dog. He got a ring. So, like, again, there's part of you has to accept that there will always be cheating in any professional sport ever. When it comes to Formula One, where teams have to build modifications and specifications every single year, built to the car, built to the engine, etc., etc., there's always going to be people cheating, bro. To the max extent. Always. Mexico predictions. Carlos Sainz, P1. Norris, P2. And we'll say Perez, P3, bro. Perez usually performs well around Mexico. There's only, I think, 2 years where he hasn't. He usually does pretty well around Mexico. No, see, exactly. You can't call them grade points, bro. Like, every team's cheating, flat out. It's just when you get caught. When you get caught, that's when everyone's like, oh, wow, they were cheating. They were cheating. They've all admitted to it in the past. Every single team. McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes. They've all admitted to cheating at least one time in the past. So you know if they've done it once, what's stopping them from doing it again? Especially when they were winning. Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. You're never going to get away from cheating, no matter what you're doing. Like, there's always going to be people who want an edge. In video games, in life, in professional sports. Like, it doesn't matter. whether it's steroids or some cheeky system or some sensor that they've built. Like, there is always someone trying to find a way to exploit the rules and to bend them as far as they can be bent possible before snapping. And if it snaps mid-season, they usually just look over at their boss, and if things are really pumping, the boss usually just gives them thumbs up, and they just keep bending it until there's nothing left to bend, bro. Again, maybe that's just my own misconstrued concept of how people perceive the world, but brother, there's multiple ways. Multiple ways. Not only can you cheat on a relationship, but you cheat on the people that love you. You cheat on yourself. There's multiple ways that could be taken. I just meant it kind of metaphorically almost. I don't necessarily mean life, for instance, but what do you think about active suspensions? Active suspension to balance the weight, wear, and temperature of the tires. It could be good. I mean, I guess we just crashed in that car unknowingly. I guess we're still driving. I don't know. It could be good. Again, it's so hard to say what could be good and what could be bad in terms of what might help the car and whether it tire wear or tire degradation. I don't really know, honestly. The part I think that I'm most worried about is when the new rule changes do come in. Again, I don't know how much they've really talked about it, and I haven't done much reading on it, so take this with a grain of salt, but removing DRS and then still allowing the front wing and the rear wing flex and bend, I think just defeats the entire purpose of removing DRS. Like, at that point, you're removing one to give them two forms of now slipstream. Now, again, I understand it's about trying to make the cars battle and race closer and to be able to enjoy the racing. But still, bro. Dentographist, welcome in, my friend, welcome in. If you want my honest opinion, I think that they need to shrink the cars back to 2000, 2005. And maybe then the racing will actually be decent. Because, I don't know, maybe you could fit more than one car down half of these circuits that we drive on nowadays. Like, I can think of 40% of the corners right now where if you're going side by side, you have to pray that that person driving next to you gives you enough space or is willing enough to give you the space that you feel you deserve, and also that they feel you deserve. Because, again, in racing, they might just say, well, that was my corner, buddy. And if that's their corner, they're taking it regardless. Watching The Exorcist 1973 version in pitch black dark. Okay. You have an interesting way of enjoying your free time. Thought about it. I don't know if anyone has already tried it, but I think that in rally it could be good, but no idea for the F1 part. Yeah, it could be good in rally, actually. Thoughts on 9 days of preseason testing in 2025? Guess I haven't seen that they announced that. I mean, I wish that they would make preseason testing more accessible. Like, I understand it's about finishing the car. I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna be all right, brother. We'll catch you when the movie's over. Let us know. I guess your scare level when you come back. I've never seen that one. So I guess it could go either way, really. Saw 2 is a good one. Saw 2 is a good one. When my older sister, not bad at all, almost 1,200 euros from the fee and about 120 euros on the tip, not bad. I'm going to sleep. Hey, Zwelly, have a good night, man. Get you some rest. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll be here on Thursday if you got time, you know that. But I do appreciate you stopping by, brother. I watched The Great British Bake Off earlier. That's actually pretty good. I like that show. I like that show. It's pretty good. I like baking shows. They're always very interesting to me because of, I don't know, just the capability of some people in terms of like the cake making ability. Like there's a show called Is It Cake? I don't know if anyone has ever seen that show or not. If you've never watched that show, you should definitely go check it out. Some of the people on there, their ability and just their skill set is absolutely mind-boggling. No, of course they have it in America, brother. I'm pretty sure it started in America. I'm pretty sure like 98% of your guys' reality TV comes from America. I'm not trying to flex, but I'm pretty sure like 98% of your guys' reality TV or like competition TV is a spin-off or British version of what Americans have already done. I could be wrong. No, see, that's where I'm saying is I'm pretty sure it was just the I don't know exactly what it's called on Netflix. I think it's like Greatest American Bake Off. But there's always like versions, like Love Is Blind. Like there's a UK version. There's a United States version, like Love Island. There's a Australia version, UK version. Like there's always other countries' versions of the same show. Not only for ratings, but just because of the people that are there. Preseason testing is very important. You are misconstrued as all get out if you don't think that preseason testing is important. Yeah, and I could be wrong about that, Riptide. I might be eating my words later if someone Googles that. And I gladly will, bro. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But from my knowledge, we're the laziest people, so we have the most TV. Therefore, you guys copy the greatest TV reality shows that we have. That's just what happens. Because your country wants you guys to be lazy and fat too. I mean, listen, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just speaking from my heart, okay? That's just me. That's just me. Back to the preseason testing. It is very important for one. And for two, if it was advertised more and shown more and you could watch actually more of the testing, I know that you can watch some testing, but there's not a good, like, there's never a good way to watch preseason testing, in my opinion. It's never good. Like, they need to make it more interactive than it is. We have finished Love Island USA, and we're on Love Island UK Season 11. Killian only really likes reality shows and medical shows, but we also have been working on these for months and months. Love Island USA is decent. It's not my favorite reality show that we watch, in my opinion. I think that two of my favorite are The Circle, which is a pretty popular Netflix show. Yes, you did mention that you were going to the F1 exhibition. Should be pretty good time, brother. But no, Curtis, back to what we were talking about. My favorite is probably The Circle. Not only just because people go in there as catfishes, so like there's some people that will go in there as their daughter, or like some people that will go in there as their brother, and they just don't even understand how to talk as the opposite sex, and it's insanely funny to me. But then also, the amount of drama in that show, I think, is most compared to the other ones. And also, it's a lot easier than having to feel like you're just watching a bunch of people walk around in bathing suits all day. Like, you just spent an hour and a half doing makeup, and now all of a sudden you got a bathing suit on because this is what we do. 90 Day Fiancé is pretty good, I can't lie. What I prefer more than 90 Day Fiancé is Love Is Blind. I enjoy that one a lot. We just watched the new season of Love Is Blind last night, actually. We did not obviously watch all of it, but I think we watched like 3 or 4 episodes of it. It's pretty good, man. I liked it. It's pretty good. I like Love Is Blind. That's one of the Lauren's favorites, so that's the one that we watch decently, I should say. But I like that one a lot. It's real good in my opinion. Make preseason testing free to watch. Yeah, that'll probably never happen, brother. F1 will never be free to watch. They can't make money that way. Again, I understand where you're coming from. It's a sport and you want to enjoy the sport side of things, but it's also a business, bro. They have to make money at the end of the day. You don't pay Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton $40 and $50 million a year without receiving change. Like, I don't really get the point of shows like Love Island. I don't know, just not my cup of tea. You just wait till you get a serious relationship, Riptide. Wait till you get a serious girlfriend, and all of a sudden, they will be your cup of tea. No, I don't know. They probably won't be. I don't know. I've always enjoyed, not necessarily dating shows, but I've always enjoyed reality or like competition type shows. And ultimately, that's all they are, is really mostly, it's just a glorified competition, especially like Love Island. Like, your only goal there is to win. So, like, not my cup of tea either, but when we watch something together, I end up getting into it, and I agree with the state. Dude, you can't not be invested by drama. Especially when you're not even, like, when you can't be involved or affected by it in your personal life. When you can just walk away from the TV and just laugh at the fact that these people have no clue of who's stabbing them in the back and who's trying to break their heart. Like, that is what's funny to me. Because some of these people are just so genuine, and they come on these shows thinking that it's all going to be rainbows, as if they haven't watched the previous 5 seasons. Like, are you coming on the show unprepared, or are you just trying to be dumb so you get more screen time? Like, just be honest with me, bro. Just be honest with me, so that way I can at least appreciate what's going on here. 5 in a row rejection streak. I'm cooked. No worse, I'm burnt. Hey, listen, bro. You miss every single shot you don't take, my friend. Wayne Gretzky, I'm pretty sure, one of the greatest, if not the greatest hockey player ever. He missed more goals than he had, my friend. Look up Kobe Bryant. I'm pretty sure he took more shots than he made, my friend. Look up LeBron James, my friend. Look up Lewis Hamilton, my friend. He started more races than he won, my friend. There's plenty of time, brother. Trust that. Trust that. The fact that you're willing to be rejected is a step in the right direction, brother. Just get that. Listen, I'm just going to put it as plain as it can get, bro. The fact that you're willing to accept rejection and deal with it and face it and walk away from it, that's a step in the right direction. That's the biggest challenge that most people can't even get over right there. It's the act of doing the asking out or trying to talk to a girl. Like, they can't even get their own courage up to do that. So for one, kudos to you for doing that. For two, hey, bro. Now, that one does hurt a little bit. I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. I can see why that one would hurt a little bit. Now, what you do is, this is my brain. This is very toxic thinking, actually. I'm not going to recommend that. Alexis, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much. Driving some taxi simulator tonight here on the streets of Barcelona. Got about 2.5 hours till our employees clock off. Riptide is 17.
I wonder when they'll finish building Sagrada Familia.
Yes, it's been a work in progress for many years.
Nah, I was gonna go worse. I was gonna go worse than that, Curtis.
They're aiming to complete it on the 100th anniversary of Antoni Gaudi's
Hey, it's pretty
death.
chill. It's pretty chill.
That's a long time. But I bet it will be worth it.
We like to switch it up a lot. We like to
Sagrada
switch it up a
Familia is
lot.
True masterpiece. It's going to be
No,
a
okay.
sight
You want to
once
really
it's
know the
finished.
recommendation? I was
love
gonna say,
everything about
work
it.
on yourself,
Oh, I can't wait to
come
see
back
it
to the
and all
5-year
more.
reunion. She gonna eat them words, dog. And they're gonna taste delicious. You work on yourself, bro. You focus on what you want to do. Focus on your goals. Focus on your life. You come back to the 5 or 10 year reunion. They're all going to be eating crumbs off the floor, homie. They're all going to be eating crumbs off the floor. That's why I didn't want to say it. It's a horrible thing to do, bro. It's very toxic, but... Listen, again, take that with a grain of salt. You should always be working on yourself regardless of the situation. Never use a female or a relationship's damage or destruction cause you to do that.
Such a pleasure riding with
Hey,
you.
I agree. I agree. I ain't even about to lie. All right, Dolores, a 73 euro tip. That ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. Curtis, I have a feeling that when you say some people don't, did you not get that invite, bruh? Did they not send you an invite? They didn't want the G showing up at the school. They were scared, bro. They were too scared. Hey, listen, that's a good thing to hear, Riptide. That's a good thing to hear. Again, though, if you are going to the gym for another person or for, I don't know, to impress somebody else or to try and gain someone's attention, most of the time it's not going to work out because you just won't have the energy. How's life? That's a deep question for your third chat. Hey, I appreciate it, though. Life's pretty good. I appreciate you asking. Got fiance, 3 healthy, lovely kids. Well, healthy for now. No, luckily, nobody's sick. We're in that time of year where everybody starts to get sick, so thankfully no one has gone down yet. Got basketball starting for my oldest daughter soon. That's a great thing. I love to see that. Excited to see how the season plays out. Should be pretty interesting, to say the least. Streaming's been working out. I mean, just trying to stay consistent, trying to keep improving my content, keep improving myself, not only for my family and my loved ones, but for you guys as well. Whether that be conversations or stream gear or camera equipment or etc. I'm always thinking of ways I can improve the stream or ways I can improve the content. Thinking of ways I can distinguish myself from the top creators. Thank you very much, Alexis. I appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you very much for that. Doing it for myself, doing it for my parents so they can see me grow up to be a healthy, happy guy. Riptide, that's a great answer, bro. That is a great answer. But if I make it, the 5-year reunion will be sweet. Now, see, you got to change your mindset right now. When. You can't put an if on it, brother, because then your mind doesn't believe it. When you make it, you're showing up to that reunion in that Lambo or whatever car you're whipping, and they all going to be asking for rides. You know what you're going to say? Sorry, honey, this is a 2-seater, and this seat's taken. Back of the line, homie. Listen, again, that's just my thought process. You have to think about the future. Never put yourself... Hey, that line works 98.9% of the time, Riptide. I'm putting you on game, bro. I'm just kidding. That's not game right there. You know about the recent match of Real Madrid? I do not. I haven't kept up with soccer in a while. It's been a really long time since I've watched a football game. Honestly, I want to say the last time I watched a football game was the World Cup. But I might have watched one more recent than that. I can't remember exactly. Let me know, though. Now you got me interested. What happened? Somebody get hurt? What happened? We have controversy? I'm always interested in controversy. If it's any of that, you got to tell me now. Can't bring up something spicy like that and then walk away from it. But no, Riptide, back to what I was saying, brother. You can't think about if. Because when your brain starts to think if, and you start to think that it might be there and it might not be there, it becomes harder for you to not necessarily put the work in, but to imagine it yourself. Now that is controversial. I did ask for some controversy. I think that might be just a touch too controversial. But I guess I did ask for it. I guess I did ask for it to an extent. Okay, Curtis. We can calm down. We can calm down just a wee bit, brother. I also want to try this game, but I'm too damn busy doing my work. That's not a bad thing sometimes, depending on what kind of work it is. Are we talking school work? Are we talking work? Are we talking life work? What kind of work are we talking? There's always plenty of time, brother. There's plenty of time. Skull and Bones, calm down. There's always plenty of time in the future to do everything that you enjoy, whether that be playing a game or riding a bike, going to the gym. Prioritize your health and yourself, and then you can start to prioritize other people in your life. You can't help someone else if you haven't even helped yourself. Saw the girl with the guy on a bus last week. Oh, yeah. That one would hurt. I can't lie to you. That one would hurt just a wee bit. Well, thank you for that, Curtis. Thank you for that. Especially this time and age. In this time of the year. Can you explain it with another thing? So, Panda, basically, that kind of feeling is, let's say your parents they've set a trip or they've set a reminder that has set you up for, I don't know, let's say a vacation or some kind of big event that you were very excited to go to. Now, again, this is a very one-in-one comparison. It's just about the disappointment and the negative feeling. Now, imagine you find out that same day your parents canceled on you and took your cousin. Now, that's pretty much, again, that might be, I don't know if that's actually good. I've had Facebook posts removed for misinformation. I promise they weren't anything even remotely close to it. Maybe Skull and Bones is too young. What do you mean by that? What? Facebook, of all the things, is the oldest social media. Again, Panda, that might be not the best interpretation. I might not be putting it in the best words. It's hard to describe that kind of feeling. Like, it is a sinking feeling deep inside that you can't walk away from. Like, I guess MySpace was around before Facebook. That's fact. I forgot about MySpace. MySpace was probably the OG, to be honest. You could put music on your profile. You could listen to music on your profile. MySpace was probably ahead of its time, to be honest with you. Basically, you imagine happening, and it doesn't happen, and then it gets rubbed in your face that it didn't happen. Kinda, yeah. I mean, that's one good way to put it. Again, everyone's emotions are different, though, so that's such a hard situation to replicate with emotions. Not only through comparison, but, like, I don't know. There's no other person in my life that I love even remotely close to my kids and my fiance as much as my parents. So that's why I went with the parents analogy. Like, those are the people that mean the most to me in my life. My fiance, my kids, my mom, my dad, my siblings. So, like, it's about the disappointment and, I don't know, the eerie feeling of, like, thinking that you could have done something to make the outcome change, but in reality there's nothing that you could have done. But your mind doesn't want to believe that. Your mind thinks that it's something about you or something that you've done or some situation that you caused that has led this to happen to this, when in all reality, it's just that some people aren't meant for each other. Some people aren't good people. Some people aren't, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it necessarily. It's a sinking feeling whenever I see her, but it's even worse with a guy. Yeah, I understand that. I never had a floppy disk, but I had computers. I had computer games on CDs at my Gmalls when I was little. I used to play CD computer games, bruh. Exactly. Panda hit it on the money though, Riptide. You never know what situation may rise, but also if she's already walked away from you and chose another man, bro, don't go back. Don't settle for nothing less than what you deserve, my friend. And you deserve someone who puts you first. Bro, you're not about to call me ancient. Put some respect on my name. I was born in this time frame, okay? You're not gonna call me ancient, dog. That was rude. This guy. He's too young. Y'all are too young. That's what it is. I don't think it's about the fact that we're too old. I think that you guys are too young. You've missed out on so much. Okay. King Tut's rule. Next, you're going to ask me about Gandhi. King Tut's rule. Alexis, by the way, yes. You can ask any question as long as it's not political or racial. I'll answer anything. If I don't feel obligated to answer, I'll let you know. I think that you forgot to take the script message out of there. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm pretty sure you forgot to take script out of the message. But, welcome into the stream. Unfortunately, right now, not in my money. I don't need any work done. Thank you, though, for stopping in. Thank you for asking. Not something I'm looking for right now. Growing up, my mom's car had CD players and tape players. A tape player's crazy, bro. Those are old in my opinion, for sure. Used to have to watch VHS tapes growing up. Oh my god, bro. A VHS tape, you'll never understand closing your eyes at the end of a movie because you don't want to spoil the ending, because you have to rewind the movie after watching it the day before. But you're not trying to spoil the ending because you still want to be surprised even though you've seen it a billion times. So you close your eyes, you hold the rewind button until you hear the click of the VHS resetting. It's dude, every single time. Every time you wanted to watch anything. You guys are making me feel old, and bro, that's crazy. Riptide says, I thought CDs were old. Bro. Crazy. Nah, when they stopped making CD players in cars, I was hurt, bro. I have my father's collection of like 1,000 CDs. Hurt. You guys need to be careful with what you ask is old, okay? Let's just put one thing clear for now. For two, I think CDs became big in like the 90s, maybe? I wasn't even born, bro. 90s cars are better, that's a fact. Pretty much any 90s car, you compare its 2000 model, and I would almost always pick the 90s version. Not only because of the fact that it lacks electronics, so you can actually fix the car, but the fact that it actually runs the way it's supposed to from the dealership and not breaks down 10 miles later. I would always get excited when my mom took me to a CD shop so I could buy the latest Thomas the Tank Engine series. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. You were going to buy Thomas the Tank CDs, and I was going to buy Lil Wayne CDs. I really didn't grow up my age. Let's just put it like that, all right? If we're comparing Mustangs, Maybe, but not for standard cars. Yeah, no. Even standard cars, Panda, I'm still taking mostly 90s, bro. Like, if you give me the option between a... see, that one's tough. That one's tough. The one that is stumping me right now is a brand new GTRS compared to like 92 911 Carrera. I know that they're not the same car, so you can't exactly compare them, but that's the closest that you could get to like the modern GT3 RS. I'm not talking about for looks wise. If you're talking about the way a car looks, I can agree with that. Most modern cars look better than the older cars. But if we're talking about the way that it performs, the way that it drives, the way it handles, the availability to fix it yourself, you go buy a brand new car from this year, from 2024, the minute something goes wrong with your car, the first thing that you have to do is take it back to the dealership, because there's a billion things hooked up to an electronic system that as soon as you take one part out and try and change it, your car doesn't even start anymore. But in the 90s, you can rip the entire engine bay out, put a new engine. As long as you keep everything connected, baby, that thing's running. That's just facts. Like, that's not even me trying to be funny. That's just literal facts. Like, it's just like a refrigerator, bro. Anything made pre-2000 was made to last. If they hadn't woken up to the consumer side of things yet, it was made to last. Refrigerators in the 50s and 60s, perfect. You literally, the only problem is that you have to rip the ice out because the freezers would get too cold. You can regulate that now. Problem solved. Easy fix. Cars, 1,000 times more reliable back in the day than what they are now. That's not even just me being, like, trying to be funny or not. That's literally just going based off stats. Like, my grandmother, who purchases a new car, leases a new vehicle every 4 years, has more problems with her vehicles, her brand new Jeeps, than I've ever had with my two cars that were both made in 2006. And they're still newer than a car that I would want, because they still have all the electronic components. But when you get down to a situation where you know this is what's wrong and you can fix it, boom, situation done. I don't have multiple cars, so let's clear that up right now. I have one POS, and I thought we've already talked about this multiple times. It's the same car that we had in Taxi Life. It's a Kia Soul. Well, not really a Kia Soul because it's not a Kia, but it's a Scion XB. Those of you who don't know what a Scion XB is, look up a Kia Soul. It's the same car, just a different make.
Hi there.
Different people make the car. It's just like a Subaru BRZ. You can get a BRZ, you can get a GT86, or you can get an FRS. Guess what? All three of those cars look exactly the same. They're just made by a different manufacturer. Ford Accord was all reliable. Every time I do something in my 2018 Accord, it wants me to take it to the dealership. It's BS. Love my manual, though. See, exactly. That's first-hand experience right there. He's had two Honda Accords. One older one, a little bit longer ago. One newer one. Current car he has right now. He's always talking about how he's got problems with it. Always. Always. Now, I'm not saying my cars are reliable in any means. My car doesn't even go above 50 miles an hour most of the time. It cannot, or my engine will blow up. Like, I'm not sugarcoating that. I'm not trying to be funny again. I mean that physically, literally. If my car goes 50 miles an hour or more, the engine might just seize. And there may not be an engine no more. And then my first car, if you really want to know how bad it was, you can ask K. Matthew himself. Every time that car shifted, no, bro, I would never go on the highway. I don't even dream. When I Google Maps a location, the first thing I do is avoid highways. If I'm in my car, if we're in my fiance's car, her car's fine. It runs perfect. It don't really have any problems. But my car, personally, nah, bro. Miss me with that. I avoid all highways and interstates, anything that goes above 50 miles an hour, because I know I'm just bothering the people that end up behind me because I cannot go faster. If my car let me, man, you would never even have to worry about ended up behind me in traffic. But my car will not let me physically take it any faster than what it's already going. So I choose to avoid those roads just to try and avoid. I could probably tell the story better. No, so I've only ever had 2 cars in my life. You all have to keep up with this one because it's going to be a little bit of a longer one. So make sure you just pay attention, all right? I've owned 2 cars in my lifetime. I had a 2006 Hyundai Tiburon. Those of you who don't know that what that is, it is a 2-door coupe similar to a Genesis or a Infiniti. It's Hyundai's version, all front end, no real back end of the car. It's nimble, it's quick. It's not the fastest ever car, but again, I was 16 years old. It's my first ever car. It doesn't need to be fast. It was fast enough to be plenty of fast enough. Let's just make that point. Okay? Well, I had the car for about 6.5 years. When we had first purchased the car, it had about 200,000 miles on it. Those of you who don't know cars, for a foreign-made engine, again, I'm not trying to be rude, for a foreign-made engine that's not Toyota, anything over 200,000 is a considerable amount of miles. If it's a Toyota, you can run that baby to like 350 and still be cool. I ain't even bullshitting. I'm being dead ass when I say that. Like, you can run a Toyota if you take care of it for like probably 400,000 miles. I can't even lie. That's just straight honesty. Panda, have a good night, brother. Get you some sleep. We'll see you in the next stream. Back to the situation at hand. Okay. So my first ever car. Had it for about 6.5 years. The first engine that was in the car. Ooh, not a bad profit day. We just made about 2,000 euros off of those 3 drivers. Not too bad. That's a fact right there. Toyota engines are made different. They're not the only ones. Honda too, but Toyota definitely has the bigger reputation than Honda. But Honda engines are the same way. You could run a Honda for 400,000 miles just the same. You just take care of the car, and I promise you, brother.
How are you enjoying driving
They're
around
not
Barcelona?
stopping.
Oh, I'm loving
Back to the
it.
situation at
There's
hand.
So much to see in this city.
The first
What
engine
makes
that was in the
driving
car.
here so special for you?
The first engine that was in the car had ended up blowing up. It seized. So what
What's your
happened
favorite
was
part of the city to drive in?
it basically, I don't know how much you guys know about cars, but
I would say the seaside area. The views of the
Hondas
Mediterranean
are the
simply
only thing
breathtaking.
close to
Oh, I
reliability
love it
to
too.
Toyotas. That and VWs. But German parts are too expensive for us. That's a fact. I would almost put Volvo up there, bro. Like, you got to put Volvo in that conversation for reliability. If we're talking strictly reliability, Volvo has to be in that conversation. They have some of the most outlasting, reliable cars ever made, ever. Like, dude, how you gonna call a Volvo a golfer car? If I had a Volvo, I'd be making that thing look fly. Let's get one thing straight. Let's get one thing straight. If I had a Volvo, that baby would look fly. Nobody here is an avid golfer. Hey, I got some years on me. You never know what I might get into. No, I'm just kidding. I probably will never like golf. You catch me on a tennis court before you probably catch me on the golf course. Back to the conversation. So, Riptide, I will answer that question in a minute. Wouldn't buy myself a Volvo or a BMW. Probably not Benz either, no matter the situation. If I had the money, bro, I'm buying a Mercedes. Like, there's no question. If money's no option, money's not an option at all. Is that what we're saying? If money is no object or no option, I'm definitely going with a Mercedes. And, well, out of those 3 selections, we can't be going crazy now. Out of those 3 selections, I'm going with the Mercedes. Like, there's no question in my mind. The only other one that even sits close to me is the BMW, and I don't really like a lot of the BMWs. I do, but I've never really enjoyed that group of people that you end up with as a BMW owner. I don't know. I think most people who own a Mercedes are old. At least in the areas where I live and frequent. If you drive a Mercedes, unless it's like a AMG, most of the time you're just old. You're just an old person who's somewhat successful. And I'm not meaning that in like a negative way at all. Obviously more successful than me. I'm driving a Scion XB. They're driving a Mercedes. But M3s and M4s are nice. I won't lie. But again, I think that's just like... See, I like the LS300. I can't even lie to you. I think the last 3 cars that Lexus have came out with have all been absolutely stunning. Not only in terms of looks, but just in terms of their capability. Like, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Okay, back to the car. There was a night where K. Matthew, we're gonna call him Curtis, because that's his name. Okay, we're gonna call him Curtis. There was a night where Curtis needed picked up from the hospital. Now, the hospital was not in our town. He had no vehicle at this time. So, it's pretty late at night. He rings me up, gives me a call. I think it's about 2:30 in the morning, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was a little bit earlier than that. I can't remember. It might have been about 1 a.m. Either way, it's the middle of the night. Get a call. I'm like, okay. Well, what's going on? He's like, hey, up at this hospital, can you come pick me up? I'm like, the car ain't the best, but I got you. Like, I ain't gonna leave you. But just know, the car ain't the best. Okay, he says about 1:45, so it's about 1:45. So, I get to the hospital, pick him up, right? Obviously. Drive out there, blah, blah, blah. Do my thing, get out there to pick him up. He gets in the car. His first question is like, well, what's wrong with the car? Like, why would it be a problem? Why wouldn't be able to get back home? And I was like, well, listen, transmission's going bad. It doesn't want to shift. Every time it wants to shift, it tries to throw the transmission out the back of the car. Now, whenever someone sat in my car for the first time, that was the first warning that I gave him. The car does jump and jerk when it is trying to shift. Now, that's not something I could fix. I don't have the money to buy a new transmission. So, we get to driving on the highway. We're going about 35, 45, coming off the on-ramp, about to shift into third gear. Its most problematic gear. As we're coming up into third gear, I can just feel it coming, because when you tell somebody that the car has movement, they don't really understand it until they're in the car and feel the movement. Now, when I tell you that this thing was trying to throw you out the front windshield, I mean that as literally as I can. When you are shifting from second to third in the Tiburon, as soon as the car shifts, this is you. All right, you're driving. Car shifts, woof. And I'm talking, it is instant. Like, as soon as the car goes to shift, it is boop, 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 boop. And the whole car is skipping. Like, it's almost like it's missing over itself. Crazy violent. Crazy violent. Honestly, it's probably one of the worst things you could ever do while driving a car, is know that your transmission could blow up at any minute. Drive it on the highway and then drive it back home on the highway. But you know what we did do? We got that boy Curtis back home. Safe and sound. Because that's what we do, baby. We deliver. Lauren, thank you for stopping in. Hopefully tonight is having good success for you. Or hopefully it's better than it has been in the recent past. Thank you for stopping in. Those of you who don't know, that's my fiance. That's my love. That's my rock. That's my woman. That's my everything right there, besides my kids, of course. But you know what I mean. It's dead. Oh, that's not great. Riptide, it was not fun at all. Skull and Bones didn't turn into a Skull and Bones that day. He about did. It was like whiplash on a roller coaster when it doesn't want to actually go forward. It was like if you could drive your car as a roller coaster, but every time you got to 40 miles an hour, you had to stomp on the brakes to 0 and then press on the gas again. Pretty much how it felt. Like, I don't even know if there's another way to explain how bad it truly was. Like, our car's beyond messed up right now. You guys see these warning lights? This is what the Tiburon looked like. See, now we're in our comfort zone. Now we're in our comfort zone. I can finally drive like I normally do because there's finally lights on the dash. With no lights on the dash, I know it's not my car. It's impossible. Dude, we made it home, didn't we? We made it home. We were vibing to music. I got you there safe, dog. Hey, we did a damn thing. That's a fact. You can't deny that. We did the damn thing. Might not have been the smartest idea ever. In fact, it might have been one of my worst ideas I've had. But, again, when you get a call... No, thankfully, Curtis, it didn't happen when I picked you up from the hospital. That happened on the way to Thanksgiving. I was literally on the way to my mom's house for Thanksgiving, bro, and I broke down on the side of the main highway in our town, literally that stretches through all of pretty much the state. I break down, and the engine was so bad, smoke was billowing through the entire car. Like, I'm talking about, it was inside the car was filled with smoke, it was rolling outside of the car. It looked like I blew my engine in F1. Like, those of you who have played F1, it literally looked like that. Like, I can't put it in any other perspective besides the fact that it was literally just like the F1 engine. Like, you could just see smoke billowing out of the car, dude. It was the craziest day of my life. I called my fiance now, who was my girlfriend at the time. I was like, listen, I know you're at your dad's, because this was our very first Thanksgiving together ever, mind you. So, you know, kudos to me. Your boy really knows how to lay down a first impression. Yeah. Really knows how to lay down a first impression. Give her a call. I'm like, listen, I don't want to ruin your Thanksgiving. I know you're at your dad's because we didn't want to, you know, make things more complicated than they already are with it being our first Thanksgiving. But, see, the thing is, I'm broke down here on the side of the highway. And it ain't a flat tire. This baby ain't moving. Waited about 30, 45 minutes. Fiance came to my rescue, picked me up, took me to my mom's house. And then I cried to my... I'm just kidding. I didn't cry. I did a little bit. I can't lie. It was Jeff in your head saying, engine failure. That's it. Retire the car. No, you know what was in my head? Panic, bro. I'm not even going to lie. Like, there's been 2 moments, 3 moments ever in my lifetime driving where I felt like the situation could have folded out anyway. That was definitely one of them because, again, I was on the highway going 65, 70 miles an hour. And all of a sudden, I could just feel the gas pedal fall from under my foot. And I look out my rear view mirror, and there's just nothing but smoke rolling. My heart instantly sank, because obviously, I'm young, don't have very much money. That's a really expensive fix. I don't have money for a new car, so it's either bury more money into this car that's caused me a billion problems, or somehow find money that I don't have to buy a new car. I can agree with that, Lauren. We do have the worst luck with cars. That's a fact. That is a fact. And then the second time, this technically would have been the... Bro, can you move out of my way? What are you doing smacking your brakes here? There's not even a crosswalk. Sorry, ladies. I know you're just trying to enjoy your brunch. I don't know what that driver was doing. He's trying to ruin your guys' morning. Look, I don't know what taxi you thought you stepped in, but family doesn't really have a car. We never really had a car, to be honest. Just used the tube. Yeah, that's just not possible. Our infrastructure is not set up to where public transit makes any sense. Like, there's no passenger trains that you can ride normally. Like, you have to go out of your way, and it's usually just some scenic route in the middle of farmland. Then there is the public bus, but again, once you add kids into your situation or work into your situation, like, I want my kids to be as safe as possible. I'm not going to put them on a public bus, especially when I don't know the people that are a part of it. That's just my opinion. Whoa! If you don't have a car in the U.S., you're screwed. Yep, pretty much. You hit that one on the money, Shay. Unless you live in New York City. Unless you live in New York City, you pretty much need a car. It's like almost a guarantee. There's maybe a couple other cities that you could get away with not having a car. Not that I could think of off the top of my head right now, but Center in 20 minutes. It's a massive city. In London, it's the opposite. Traffic everywhere. See, no, that there's traffic everywhere in New York, but most of those people still don't have cars. That's just the thing. Like, most people in New York don't have a car, but there's still immense amount of traffic in New York just because of how many people there are in the area. Plus all of the taxis and chauffeurs and Ubers and delivery drivers and door dashers and etc, etc, etc. Only way to get into town and not take like 2 hours. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. The more and more we talked about trains, I had actually looked up passenger trains near me, and the closest one that's in my vicinity, I think it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Of course, no, of course. That's what I was saying, Shay. There might be a couple cities that I can't think of off the top of my head that are like somewhat beneficial, especially depending on your situation or what is going on here. Who was the traffic cop that turned on the green light? There's a highway in London that goes right around the city called the M25. I don't even need to tell you how bad it is. I can imagine. I can imagine. I just search it about. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. If you wanna look up something, look up. I believe it is Interstate 71 in California. Could be wrong about that though. But you should look that up. Look up pictures of just like nightly videos. Like, you don't even have to do like certain events where people are evacuating or anything. Just look up daily videos of like what the traffic looks like every day there. Yeah, I don't think that most of our London or British or UK viewers would understand most of the commute that a lot of us have to deal with. Normal Chicago traffic from what I heard and seen a few times I went. I've only been to Chicago one time and I never actually went into Chicago. I was only at the Chicago O'Hare Airport picking up a buddy. He'd just gotten back from the military. He was on like a 14 excuse me. He was on like a 14 and a half hour layover till he got home. So he gave me a call. He's like, hey, bro, you want to come pick me up in Chicago? Take me home? I'll give you some money. I said, bet. I'll be there. Drove to Chicago. Bought me lonesome. Picked him up. Drove back home. I think that no matter where, excuse me, I think no matter where you go in the world, there's going to be immense amounts of traffic. Obviously, some places are way, way, way worse than others. Like, way worse. Takes us 1.5 hours to get out of our state in any direction. 3 hours to get through the north side of our state into Michigan. If we want to go to Florida, it's like 20 hours where we're at. Texas is 18-24. It's a fact. 1.5 hours, though, you're being generous. We don't all drive 15 miles above the speed limit. I was going to say like 2.5 hours, bro, to be honest. I mean, not every area. If we're talking about like some areas, like Pomeroy, I guess, you could get to like the Cincinnati area in about an hour and a half. So that's reasonable. I'll give you that. I guess I just never really put it into that perspective, you know what I mean? I always just think about the full trip and its detail. I never try and think about, went to Florida once, 20-hour drive. Yep, that's about the same hour drive I had when I was a kid. Look at this. We've actually gotten things perfect now. We've got the tire pressure light on. We've got, I believe that's the steering light on. Our steering is beyond ruined. We should probably just go fix the car real quick. That's probably what we should do. Let's go fix the car real quick. 80, 85 on my way to work, I guess. 50 to 70 is the speed limit. Yeah, see, I can't even go that fast, so. I can't even go that fast. If the speed limit's 80, I'm probably nowhere near that road. And if I am, I ain't driving my car. I'll tell you that for sure. I'm driving my fiance's whip. That's a fact. Can we squeeze it? Oh, I thought we could have. Okay, now we definitely ruined the car. Yeah, we ruined it. We ruined it. Meh. What are you going to do? We were going like 150 miles an hour. What are you going to do? Just get me to the gas station, man. No, get me to the garage, actually. Can we just go to the garage? Send you some things on Discord. Check it out after the stream. You'll see how bad the M25 is. Yes, sir, I will. Oh, whoopsies. So the brakes were shot. We had no brakes. The gears were shot. The engine was shot. And it looks like the steering was pretty close to shot. It's a pretty successful day if you ask me. This is what our car looks like, those of you who don't know, or that didn't Google it. Picture this, but in real life, that's what I drive. Pretty much. It's the easiest way to put it, honestly. It's pretty much the car I drive. If I don't hit traffic on my way to work, I can make the 32-mile drive in 35 minutes on average. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. If I ever see it, I'll be sure to say hi. Very likely, but... If you ever see what? Now I'm confused. Curtis, I'd have to agree with you, though. I don't know what would be worse, Cali or New York. I think New York just because of the congestion. But there's just so many people that dream and move to Los Angeles. I would have like. Oh, I got you. Drive home is 45 to an hour and a half, depending on traffic. So you can get to work in 35 minutes, but to get home takes double the time. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Riptide, you probably never ever see that beater, dude. You probably never see that beater. I don't have to drive very far for work. Mostly because my car can't drive very far. So I don't even look for jobs that... I'm lucky. Again, my car is not great. So I look for cars. I look for jobs that are in town or very, very close to where I locate. So that way my car does not have to drive far. But also I work for my family. My uncle and my aunt. So they're also very understanding about my car situation. Let's say that. Vice president at my work calls me Speedy Gonzalez. I know where all the cops sit on the highway. That's a fact. That's a cheat code right there. I'd be surprised if you didn't have a scanner or a radar detector that beeps when there's a radar coming in front of you or however many yards in front of you. I'd be very surprised if you don't have one of those. Very surprised. Oh! Riptide, get you some sleep, brother. Get you some sleep, brother. Hopefully tomorrow's a more chill day. If I'm not mistaken, you don't have college tomorrow. So it should be more chill than today was. Hopefully, at least. But yeah, hopefully you get some rest, brother. We will catch you in the next stream. Hope to talk to you again. Could work in our town, which is 7 to 10 minutes, but it's a rural town, and there isn't a whole lot of good work. There's pretty much no good work here, brother. Especially when it comes to what you do. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. Sleep till 3 p.m., go to gym and YouTube after. It's a very chill day. Hey, sometimes you need them ones, brother. Sometimes you need them ones. All right, Christine. Oh, we got a gang. Christine and her, I don't know, sugar daddies? Grandpas? She looks much younger than all those other men that she's with. Much younger. Those two dudes look the same. The two dudes on the right, they're even doing the same mannerisms.
What do you think about Barcelona?
They're moving their head the same way.
It's a wonderful city. There's always something
Have
happening.
the same inflection.
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's all that great.
Look at them, look at them. They're moving exactly the same. Whoa, turn around! Turn around!
The streets are often littered with trash, and the air quality can be quite
It could have been
poor.
bad. That could have been really bad.
You clearly don't have an appreciation for beauty and history.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I work here.
Your opinions are simply tasteless.
You're simply a taxi fare on my day. I should know the city better than you. So, you're not going to hate on Barcelona and get away with it, okay? Put some respect on Barcelona's name. Chill days are the best, that's a fact. That is a fact. Sometimes it's really good when you've already planned it to be a chill day and it's like not necessarily muggy outside, but it's like kind of rainy, but like still somewhat sunny outside. Like not sun, but it's not dark. Those are the best in my opinion. Like light rain doesn't need to be a crazy storm or nothing. Just a nice thunderstorm or a couple good A couple good inches of rain. Or maybe even some snow. It's not always ideal. But on chill days, it can be fun. Especially with the kids. Alright. I think we've let enough pedestrians cross. You can drive. I think enough pedestrians have crossed the crosswalk, buddy. Please drive your car. This is like 25 pedestrians at this point. I know that I've probably exaggerated that number. That was at least 10 pedestrians. Like, at least 10. Bare minimum. That was probably the most I've ever seen in a crosswalk that we did just have it instantly cut off because we're impatient. I think that that would be my biggest downfall. I don't think I could drive taxi in real life. Not only because of the people that you would encounter. Hey, not bad. They almost made as much money as all three of my other drivers combined. That's where it gets bad. That cop was just parked on the sidewalk, chilling. No wonder they don't have cop chases. The cop's just on the sidewalk, parked next to a bunch of civilians walking. What's he gonna do? Just bust his lights on and take off for the highway? I doubt it. See, like, I don't understand why these cars are stopped in the middle of the road with no one in front of them. No crosswalk. Also, why is there a crosswalk on a road where we're driving 70 kilometers an hour? Like, you really expect me to stop to a dead halt off of 70 kmh to 0 because I see someone crossing the crosswalk? It's a bold assumption, in my opinion. Also, they never tell you what lanes to be in. I think that's my biggest gripe with this game, is that the lanes are so confusing because you just do whatever you want, I think, in Barcelona. I really do. I don't think that any of these people care about what any of the actual law might be. I think if they want to turn left, they're going to turn left, regardless of the situation. Maybe I'm wrong, but glad to be here for a taxi stream. Unfortunately, I'm audio only at the moment, taking the dog for a walk. Jacob, welcome in, man. Welcome in. All good, I get that. Probably on your phone, so that's probably why you're audio only. Data does not ever load Twitch for some reason. The Twitch app on your phone is broken unless you have Wi-Fi. Another left turn! That was good. That was good. That one was really good. That was funny. Excuse me. Needed to take a drink of water there. Throat was starting to dry out. We might just flip a U-turn right here at this red light. How much farther they want us to drive? Oh, they just want us to go up another one. Do we have the patience to go up to another light to do a U-turn? I don't know. That's a hard sell. I think I'm just going to take this one. See? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh! See? Threw you into my AirPod. Hey, I appreciate that. See, that's where the downside gets us.
Psych!
Literally. Literally. We were about to complete our mission and drop off I can't even remember her name now. We were about to complete our mission and drop off our passenger. All of a sudden, we try to pass a car, stopped in the middle of the road. Boom. Take somebody's legs out. I didn't mean to do it. I do think I get a little bit of leeway there. Maybe. A little bit. Actually, you know what? We're going to save our time. And we're going to go back to the garage so we can put our employees to work. Oh, we have a skill point. Interesting. We'll go with the law of obedience. We'll go with the law of obedience. Yeah, they need to get back to work, bro. I don't know what they're doing. Resting. Yeah. I don't know who told you that you could rest, but I mean, clearly it wasn't me. Look at all these people. Maybe the time of day does matter. I always thought it didn't. It's looking like it does, though. Oh, we're not at the garage I thought we were. Well, I think we can have as many drivers as we have garage capacity. And if I'm not mistaken, we can have 13 cars in the garage, so we could have 12 drivers. Obviously, we need one of those cars to be free so we can drive the car. But yeah, that was our that was what we did at the end of the last taxi stream. We, instead of saving money to purchase the Tesla, we bought 2 of the starter cars and hired 2 more employees to add more profit to the business, add more potential to the business, etc., etc. The only thing that worries me is that I know that the employees that I have aren't the best. Like, I could have better employees that have better perks and better things. I just don't know how to get... Whoa! What did we just hit back there? I think we ran over a log. Might have been a human body. Are you going to have a garage full of vans? Probably not. I don't really like this car very much, if I'm honest. Only reason we're still driving this car is because Shay requested it on the last taxi stream, and we just haven't changed the car. Simple as that. Welcome in, Lydia. How do you do on this fine, lovely morning? You take the Tesla and give your drivers vans. See, the only downside of that is that the vans are pretty expensive. I would like to get them into a nicer car than the starter car. Not only for fuel efficiency, but just capacity. Like this car, for instance, it's the electric car with the big trunk, and it can carry 4 passengers, so you can take more selected routes in a car like this compared to like the starting car where you just have to pick up whoever you want and hope that they give you a good tip. But see, that's the problem that I think we run into, is that our employees aren't the greatest, so our production from hiring those employees doesn't look like it's paid off. It also doesn't help that when we do You should be able to pimp out your taxi and make extra money with trivia games like Cash Cab. Granted, they give out money, but they earn more money from the production. That would actually be so genius. Like, you should be able to, when they ask questions and they're like predisposed conversations, they should ask you like what area a certain monument is in. That could be cool. That could be really cool. Might have to message the developers of the game, tell them I got a suggestion. Again, though, I don't want to say that this is just used as our stepping stone to the next taxi simulator, but I have a very strong feeling that as soon as that does come out, when we are in the taxi world, it will be just Taxi Simulator that will probably call our attention the most. Not only because it's based in the United States, in New York, so I understand the laws and the traffic and the area more, but it just seems to be more polished of a game. And I don't necessarily know if you can hire people and have drivers and do all these other things, but I think it's more about like the actual interactions that you have with customers and with people that like are potential customers, rather than trying to progress as far as you can and hire as many drivers as you can and that kind of situation. Have conversations with people where you can have side investments or businesses that you don't touch. That would actually be sweet. Like you pick up a VIP, maybe if it was only selected to the VIP clients, so like you had to have the Mercedes car and it has to be a VIP client, they can talk to you about their business or their investment, and then you could see. That's another good idea right there. Not bad at all. The conversations are pretty predisposed, it seems like. I do think that they're more common than they used to be. We used to only get like one or two a whole stream. The first couple times we played this game, we would only get like one or two conversations with our riders the entire stream. Now I feel like we get like at least 5 or 6, which still isn't a lot compared to how many people we actually pick up. But I don't even really know how many people we pick up on average, like throughout a stream. I really don't. It seems like we cover about a day's worth of time in game in about 2 hours, give or take, depending on what we do or what we are doing, whether it's prepare the car or etc., etc. Or even if they had auto shops and car washes you can invest in, so it's still relatable to the game. See, the car wash thing is like it's already in the game, but you can't invest into it. So like that wouldn't be the hardest thing to add, because they already have like the gas station and the car wash a part of the game to fill the car up and to wash the car and etc. Like you should be able to buy a gas station. That would be sweet. See, but then again, that's like business simulator. That's not even taxi sim at that point. There are a few simulator games that are pretty interesting to me. Again, though, I just think that it's, for one, right now, it's not our cup of tea. Obviously, we are focusing on the driving aspect of things and more of the straight up and down gaming side rather than the simulation side. I know that obviously this game is a simulator, but like for instance, there is, I don't know if it's new or not. I want to say it's new. I don't know how new it is, or even if it is new.
Is the taxi business worth it?
Yeah.
See, we just
can
had a
be good
conversation with
source
the
of
last
income
person,
if
I
you
think.
work hard and smart.
What do you like about it?
The freedom. and
Taxi simulator
flexibility
is
it
a whole business
offers.
pro, and when owners are moving in the right direction, they probably invest into certain auto shops for cheaper prices and more consistent work for those. Oh, of course, of course. I could
Is
see
there
that for
something
sure.
you don't like about it?
Dealing with angry or rude passengers.
I could see that
What
for sure.
kind of income can you earn?
Why? Do you want to work for me?
It depends on how many
What are you
hours
asking?
you work and how busy
What are you
the
asking all these
city
questions
is.
for?
Sounds like a good career.
You want a job? I get you a job. You're just riding in the taxi by yourself. We haven't had many people by themselves today. She must be pretty damn lonely. Sparking up a conversation with a taxi cab driver. Granted, this is the nicest cab in all of Barcelona. Oh, if you look at it from the side, it's the nicest cab in all of Barcelona. If you don't take into account the cracked windshield. Well, I guess it's rear windshield. Either way, I digress. Still a nice car, but no. I think that that's one of the main reasons why I like. Let me focus on what I was actually talking about. Back to the game that just came out. If we were in that realm, or if I thought that it could perform well, or you guys would be interested in it, I would gladly do it. I don't know how new it is. It's a game called Storage Hunter, I believe. Storage Hunter Simulator. Pretty much you're like a Storage Wars person. Can you tint the windows? Because I don't remember you doing that on the customized car. No, you can't tint the windows. Not in this game. Not in this one. This car is customized. It's just a little bit more chill. It's got underglow. It's got paint. No, but that is the main reason I think that the taxi simulator is going to be so interesting, is because most of the clips that they've shown of the game, from the gameplay, is them customizing the Crown Vic and changing the bumper and changing the rear, changing the spoiler and putting a blower on the car and blah blah blah. There's so many different things that you can do in terms of customization on that game, it seems like, compared to this, and I think that that's probably the best. Didn't know it had paint. Is it not yellow? It is. It's gold. The game calls it gold. We call it yellow. But yeah, I did paint it. It was just a standard white when we first bought it. I've customized all of the cars that we own in our fleet at this point. They've all been customized, at least to an extent, to where white. All of the cars are white stock besides the Mercedes. The Mercedes is like a gray. Not really blue like that. The colors, I think, this was the Pooh Brown car. This was the Pooh Brown gold car. The gold, quote unquote, in this game. I think this actually is the yellow, now that you've mentioned that. The gold, quote unquote, in this game, to Shay, he has pointed out that it looked like a little bit Pooh Brown before. So we changed the car from gold to yellow. Yeah, see, I forgot you were colorblind. That changes everything. Alright, Lydia. 5 stars. Thank you very much. €105 tip. She must have been, I don't know. Oh, we took her to the hospital? I just now realized that. Interesting. Must be going to work. Let's drive down to the garage so we can show y'all real quick. I think that it won't interfere with our employees working. At least I hope not. Let me squeeze in here, brother. Appreciate that. Whoa! That was almost a pedestrian. But no, all of the cars, besides the Mercedes, are base white. But then a lot of the car options that you have for color are not the prettiest, in my opinion. They don't have very good color options in my eyes. Again, that's just my opinion. Alright, cars. Boom. We got the 1920s. Beautiful, beautiful car. Obviously, we customized that. We did customize this obviously we kept it low key. This is just a driver's car. We don't need nothing crazy. We can fit 15 cars in the garage, by the way, so we can have 14 drivers, it sounds like. Then we have another customizer, and then we have the original. So, like I said, all of them are white besides the Mercedes. It's like a grayish. Which I don't really know why they're different colors, but. And then customize for the actual color of the car, if it'll ever load. So here's the white, black, gray, red. This is the blue in the game that they've got. Obviously, it's not horrible. Like, it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible, but not my favorite blue. The brown, yellow, lemon, silver. This is the gold. So this is the one that was the poo brown, quote unquote. Camo, tiger, regular taxi paint, graffiti paint. I was told I can't do this anymore because it's too crazy. Because I wouldn't drive a car like this. You guys don't even know me, bro. You don't even know me. Then we've got the opalescent. Gold almost looks green to me. Ooh, see, now that is actually fire. Should we change it up a little bit? Should we change it up a little bit? No, we don't change it up a little bit. We'll keep her the same. We'll keep her the same. The light blue with design was dope. Yeah, see, Shay told me I'm not allowed to do the crazy designs because I have to make the car somewhat realistic. I would drive that car. Just to put another pin in that. My favorite car is the first one that we have with the white walls. There's something about white wall tires that has just always sat right with me. I don't know if it was because of cars. Lightning McQueen first ends up in Radiator Springs. They put them white wall tires on him. Boy. I think you did. I might be wrong. I don't know. It might not have been you. That might have been something that I created in my head. I don't know. It's impossible to keep up with at this point. All I will say is that Sandra, welcome in. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I was trying to start the car and I ended up flipping through all the menus. Doing pretty good, Sandra. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. See, I like the fact that you can flip through these menus with the rear view camera. That's pretty cool. See the temperature? It's not bad. Radio. And then you can also see, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool in my opinion. Live on Twitch. Well, congrats to you. Hopefully it's going good for you. Shaggy is a artist slash musician that has the very popular song "It Wasn't Me." Got me banging on the sofa. Wasn't me. Go to the nearest gas. How do we get a flat tire, bro? Are you kidding me? We're picking up flat tires like crazy. I don't know why you're putting very in parentheses. You're like the only person that would not know that song. Go ask your parents right now who Shaggy the Musician was and say it wasn't me. And that's a crazy thing to say, bro. That's a crazy thing to say. Just because you've never heard of them, that instantly disproves the fact that they're, what, they could be popular or that they are very popular. I know I have a flat tire. I know I need to get to the gas station. I can't do anything about that until these drivers move. I don't even know how old that song is. It's not even that old. I think it's like early 2000s it was created. So I was right. I said early 2000s. I mean, 17, 18 years. See, this is what I don't like. We have to now drop our client that we've picked up and lose her as a client to fix our flat tire, which somehow we just acquired this flat tire. I don't even know how it just happened. I don't know, I guess we hit a nail. See, this is the part that bothers me so much. They need to fix this right here. If the A button does not work the first time, it was released in 2000, so I was pretty much right on the money with early 2000. I was a little bit late. I was going to say like 04, 05, but still. It's not like that song has never been played in movies or never been referenced a billion times. Like, it's very surprising you don't know that song. At least in my opinion. One billion Spotify plays. Yeah. Sounds pretty damn popular to me. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I take that back. That was rude. That was rude. That wasn't funny. That was just rude. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I know he can take it. You should see half the things that he says to the people in other streams. Shay and Vexy get after it, bro. Them two are like a dog in a cage match, brother. They're like the Undertaker and Kane. I swear. Every time I join Phil's stream and both of them are in there, like, I just choose to keep my mouth shut because I don't even like to say anything because I don't know when I might get caught astray. Let me listen right quick. It's not like a perfect song. Like, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But it's more of like a funny, like, trollish song. Like, I guess I've never like fully turned it on myself, but it's just been referenced so many times in movies and in pop culture and by other people in my life. Like, I just know it. Again, though, I think that it's just a situation of I grew up with people a lot older than me. No, that's his music, pretty much. I mean, that's That's what made him famous, you know. That's what worked for him. Why change it, you know? Especially because I'm sure he has had his time of trying to make serious music, and whether it's with a band or by himself, like, I think that's what people fail to realize, is that there's years and years of crafting and manufacturing and creating the persona of who you are. Whether that's a musician or an influencer or YouTuber. Like, very, very, very few of them have gotten lucky when it's not been years and years of just work, and then they finally get lucky. Like, there's more of those than there are of the people who just decided to hit streaming, and when within a month somehow they've got the biggest channel on Twitch. Obviously, I know that that's not everybody. I'm just saying. I think that that's what most people expect. That's enough of that song. I mean, that's pretty much the whole song. I think he repeats the chorus like three times. Again, I would never turn it on and listen to it, but it's been referenced so much in other movies and pop culture, and like, I don't know, my mom would always say that. Like, always, so I guess I got it from my mom a lot too, but what in the world? I don't know what just happened there. I don't think I want to know. Just get me away from these people, please. It's a meme song before that was a phrase, or a trolling song before that was popular. Exactly. It's kind of like Rick Astley. It's kind of like Rick Astley. He's probably half the reason, for sure. Excuse me. Goodness. Something's stuck in my throat right now. Let me mute my micro. 1 second. Apologies.
Is car maintenance expensive?
Can be.
Oh boy, let me tell you.
See, I
It's
feel like we've had a conversation with almost every person we've picked up
Really?
today.
I've always thought it's not that bad.
Absolutely. I'm constantly doing maintenance on this car. It's not cheap.
I don't own a car, so I'm not sure how much it costs.
Did you guys
Can
just
be
see that?
pricey, but if you take care of your car, it can save you a lot of money in the long run.
I wish we were slowing down more. I'm pretty
that
sure
makes
that
sense.
van just flipped trying to make that turn. I don't know if anybody else saw that, or if I caught that out of the corner of my eye. But I'm about 50% sure that van flipped trying to make that corner. I wish I could have seen that. Like, what is this, dude? Why are you in the left lane trying to go right, and why are you in the right lane trying to go left? Like, is there any rules to any of this? Shay didn't see it. That's unfortunate. I wish I could have caught it more. Either I was driving slower to see more of the crash, or I was hoping I was going to turn down that same road. Because that was hilarious. That's the first time I think I've ever seen an AI crash like that. I don't think that we've ever seen them crash on their own. Oh, we're running this red light for sure. I'll lose a couple patience points. It's whatever. Whoa. What's Lydia doing back in the car? I just dropped her off at the hospital. Joaquin. Thought you said you didn't have a car, my friend. What's Lydia doing in the car? How'd she get here? We just dropped her off for her shift at the hospital. She's supposed to be working at 12 today. How'd you talk her out of it? How'd you do it, brother? Put me on game, because you ain't only having no hair. He's a bald game with he's a bald dude with immense game. I need the help. Give me your ways. Somehow he got Lydia to quit her job. I'm just kidding. I don't even know. It's probably just another person that looks just like her. There's only like 7 different character models, I think. Maybe a little bit more, but there's definitely not many more than 10. That's for sure. Ever heard of the Lonely Island? What's that? If that answers your question, is if I've heard it or not. A group on YouTube. No, I have not. What do they do? Interesting. Interesting. I'm not here to judge. I don't know if I agree with that logic. Might be a little bit flawed. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just some flawed logic. There's nothing that, no worry there. Okay, are you... You have to be kidding me, bro. Those people were walking on my car. As soon as I pressed the gas pedal, I hit them. You're kidding me. You're blaming that on me. Yeah, no, I've never seen that before. I don't know if I want to look it up based on what you're telling me. We've gone a whole different... Will you get out of the road, bro? If I hit you again, I swear. I'll go find your family. Forget the traffic laws. We're going to pick our customer up. Move out of the way. He doesn't want you.
Hey.
Welcome in, Nicole. Okay, somehow she already lost patience. That doesn't make any sense. See, we drive off of the sidewalk because they make us park on the sidewalk to pick them up. We lose points for driving off said sidewalk, but then we pass somebody on a 1 lane. She don't even bat an eye. I can't trust this blue car, man. Anytime I see someone even touch the brakes in this game, I need to get away from their car. What is being said on the other app? If you're talking about YouTube, brother, there's really not much being talked about right now. It's been a rather slow stream in terms of conversation. Been very chill today. We've got a lot of our UK viewers already asleep. They're too tired to stay up. It's school week. They gotta go to college. It is YouTube, my friend. It is not TikTok. I cannot go live on TikTok. Unless I make another account. Which I have not done yet, but I have been seriously contemplating. But we have not done that yet, so. No, it is YouTube, my friend. Thanks for asking, though. Thank you for asking. Thought I heard you talking to someone else. I could have been talking to the passenger. So, talking to myself, pretty much. Creating a fake conversation that wasn't there. Could have been talking to, yeah, that's probably what it was, honestly, because we haven't had a YouTube message in a while. It's been a good long minute since we've had our last YouTube message, so it was probably just me talking to myself, talking to said client. If I had to guess. That's just what we do around here, baby. We spend most of our time talking to ourselves. Ooh, this is sketchy. Ooh, that could have been really bad. That could have been really bad. Really bad. We're good though. All right, Shay wants to Shay wants us to hit a stretch. Do that as soon as we drop Nicole and her sister off. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing. It could be lovers. I don't know. Could be sisters. I don't know. They could be twins. I don't know. It's impossible to tell. Cousin sisters. They look pretty similar. You might have hit one. You might have hit that one on the money. They have the same hairstyle, just different hair color. All right, Nicole. I've got a stretch.
Thanks for the ride.
You and your cousin sister can leave now. No, I can always get down with a little RP for the driver. For some reason, earlier Twitch chats weren't loading. It makes it a lot. Oh, I got you. I got you. You just couldn't see the Twitch chats. That makes more sense. How did we not stopping at red lights, speed limit breaks, driving in areas not available for cars? Yeah, okay, so that's you on the sidewalk. Sorry, lady, but you're the one that made me get up on the sidewalk to pick you and your cousin and sister up? God. Sometimes this game makes no sense, man. Sometimes it makes no sense. And we're staring down the barrel at 12:30. We still got another 5 hours before any of our drivers clock off. We've only got 15 minutes of stream left. Absolutely no chance we get through 2 days. Just not possible. I don't think time progresses fast enough for us to hyperscape through 2 days in one stream. That game could have been good too. Hyperscape. Anyone here ever played it? It was decent. My opinion. Ooh, that's definitely going to mess our steering up. As soon as we get to him, we might just slam the e-brake. I can't even lie. We might just slam the e-brake as soon as we get close to him. Oh, boy. That was clean. I don't care what anybody says. We're in the biggest car in the game. That was clean.
Hi there.
Welcome, Diego. How do you do on this lovely, fine afternoon, my friend? Oh, I was about to start speeding again. Listen, you gotta let me go like 5 over, at least. That's like a courtesy. You're in a taxi. Like, you don't expect me to go the speed limit exactly, do you? I hope not. Because that's not how we roll around here. Whoa, that was a big lag spike. Right before we hit the speed bump, too. That was so weird. We might just do something crazy illegal here. I think we're just going to cut all of these lanes of traffic. Yep. See? Drive it like we stole it, baby. It's the best way to do it. Diego and his friends. I wonder who Diego is. Take guesses. Is it the old guy or is it the young guy? I think it's the young guy. I don't know. Looks pretty old in that picture. It's the young guy. It's the young guy. It's got to be. I know what you're saying. You're saying that the dude behind us is the guy that looks like me. For whatever reason, you think he looks like me. The more I let this mustache grow out, the more the resemblance is going to be there. But listen, I don't have that many gray hairs. I got a few, like 50 of them probably. Maybe less, but I don't have that many. That's the unk. You're so nice sometimes, Shay. Anyone ever tell you that? So sweet, compassionate, caring about other people's feelings. So generous. I'm trolling you. I'm trolling. So what if you think the old dude looks like me? At least he's handsome. At least he's handsome. For a video game character, of course. He always has a turtleneck on. I don't think I've ever worn a turtleneck once in my life. You guys have to weigh in on it. Have you ever worn a turtleneck? I don't think I've ever worn one, honestly. I really don't. I've got like dress up suits and stuff, but I don't think I've ever worn a turtleneck. I could be wrong. I really don't think I've ever worn one. It's not my style, you know. Just not my style. Never really liked the way they looked. I mean, he can pull it off. But he's also got like a suit blazer on, so maybe that's part of the reason? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking into it too much. These AI, man, I swear. You can't make it up. Part of me one day just wants to reload GTA 5 and drive for just drive for one day and just see how bad it really is compared to this. Like, I think the worst part is that in GTA, if you hit a pedestrian, you get money. You run them over, you steal their money. You hit a pedestrian in this game, I lose my money. I think that's the biggest difference. I'm avoiding pedestrians. And on GTA, you can just
How's your day going?
drive up the sidewalk.
It's going great.
Chilling.
How about you?
It hasn't been the best day so far.
See, I feel like we've had a conversation with every single person.
What happened?
I had a bad day at work. The boss was on me.
We'll cheer him up.
Don't worry. Tomorrow will be a better day.
What do you know? Focus on driving.
You want this car to crash right now? I will take us into the ocean, bro. You better take that sass back. Or you'll get your ass busted, Diego. I'll drive us right into this brick building, bro. You better apologize. You better apologize. You might have sealed your fate, bro. So it'll be the last double date you ever going on. We're gonna run him over. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. You tell me I was
Thanks
too
for the
close
ride.
to the curb? How does that even make sense? What's this guy want to step out into a puddle? €135 tip. I'll stop my yapping. I'll stop my yapping. We haven't had good tips tonight, though. I'll tell you that. I think our best tip tonight has been like €160. I mean, that's decent. We've had a couple €1,000 tips, though. I don't know if y'all remember that. It's been so long ago. It's probably like a pastime for you guys. Trying to end on a good passenger. Someone who's going to give us a lot of money for not driving across the city. Pretty much. That's what we're looking for. See, that one lady wanted us to drive across the city. I'm not down for that. I think this is our last passenger of the night. Let's go get Daniela and see if she's alone. Hopefully she's not. More people typically means higher chance of a tip. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's at all proven. That was just something I just created in my head. Thank you. Look at that. Perfect stop. See, the problem I don't like about the van is like once you get up to like 80 or 90, it just wants to lose itself. Like, I don't know if that's the best way to explain it. But once you get up to that speed, the car's like rocking back and forth because it's so heavy. And you can feel it in the wheel, like it's like trying to oscillate itself. Like it's almost like you let go of the wheel and you're driving like 30 miles an hour. Like you can feel it in your hands trying to go back and forth on you. It's a very weird feeling. A very weird feeling. I know those speed bumps is what always ruins our brakes and our steering components. Mostly because we take the speed bumps at 90 miles an hour. Or 90 km/h, I should say. Oh, yep. Missed our turn. Whoopsie daisies. That's what we get for speeding. Good news is, we're one step closer to Daniela and her target destination. I wonder where we're taking Daniela. To the park? The zoo? Hospital? Sorry, Mr. Taxi. It's my client. Welcome in, Daniela. I believe we have a full passenger. We do. We got a full squad. Well, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. There's refreshments in the trunk. The bar. There is refreshments in the trunk. Snacks under your seat if you get snacky. All I ask is a 5-star rating. Oh, we just killed that person. Yes. You can hold off on those 5 stars. You keep that to yourself for now. Whoopsie daisy. Didn't mean to do that. Because you have not unlocked the law-abiding perk. Just give up, bro. Haven't you realized I'm not going to follow all your laws? Goodness gracious. See, look at that. We just saved ourselves like 2.5 kilometers, if not more. Oh, can we do it? Can we do it? Ooh, that was clean. That's a human. Can we do it? Oh, that was clean. Don't walk. Oh my god. That could have been bad. Don't walk. You rat. Oh! Get out of the way of my car. Now move. Oh my god. Huh. That could have been bad. That could have been really bad. How are we going the wrong way? We're gonna pull a 6-point turn real quick. Don't mind me. Please don't walk across the crosswalk right now, dude. Oh my god. Do you really think that's a great idea, lady? You see someone pulling a 6-point turn down a one-way street? Yeah, let me walk in front of their car. I'm sure they're reasonable. Yeah, I'm sure. What's up, Sawyer? Thanks for stopping by, buddy. See, now this is hurting my head because now the GPS is all kinds of mismatched. I don't know what's going on now. GPS, oh no, is all kinds of mismatched right now. See, they're lining these pedestrians up for us to try and just clatter them, I swear to you. They want us to hit one of these people. It's like their mission. It's like the AI's mission in life is to be hit by the user's car. This thing's turning radius is abysmal. God, this thing sucks. Get you some sleep, Sawyer. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Get you some sleep, bud. Good night. Love to see that. Love to see that. Don't love to see that, though. Rude. Rude? Should we just drive straight? Oh, I was really contemplating it. I was contemplating it. Aren't they all, brother? Aren't they all? We should have drove straight across. We're losing so much time. Just based off sheer timing. Listen, I've seen all of you drive on the sidewalk, so how about you just get out of my hair? Please. Thank you. What's the horn button? Excuse me, ma'am. Driving here. Look at that. Perfect exit. Perfect exit. That just saved us over 2.5 kilometers. Like, that's what's crazy about that. If the infrastructure made sense at all, we could have just drove straight. But no, of course. They needed to take the most unconventional line ever to drop your client off. Well, his patience level has worn very thin. Probably because we spent so much time on the sidewalk. I don't know if as a customer I would want my cab driver to be on the sidewalk. Shows dedication. That's for sure. I don't know. It's a hard one. That's a hard one. I'm in a pretty big hurry though, so. Couple sidewalk taps. Maybe about 2-3 minutes on the sidewalk. I think that's reasonable. It's nothing no one else has done before. Alright, Nicole. Hopefully you're not too mad about that sidewalk situation. We'll catch you in the next one. 2 stars. Cry me a river. Sounds like she's good for nothing but complaining. €16,400. Make that 16,100 euros. We do have enough to purchase the Tesla, but I think we're going to wait. We're going to hold off for the next one. We are going to hold off for the next one and purchase the Tesla then. Maneuverability is 7, speed 7, acceleration 9, traction 6, brake power 6. We'll take it. We did have a... That one cost 2 skill points. Wow. Fancy smashy. Alright, well, we'll tow truck then. Alright, y'all. Well, that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully enjoyed a little bit of Taxi Simulator. We will be back on Thursday. I don't know if we're going to be rally racing or playing F1 24. I will let you guys know the closer we get to that. Also, make sure to stay tuned for the title of the stream and you'll know what we're playing that day. We'll be live again on Thursday, 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you stop in the stream. Hope you guys have a good night, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Remember, stay positive, stay peaceful, stay happy. Peace.